Hey, today I want to talk about a 1987 John Hughes film called Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Now, this is considered today a holiday classic, and I think it has a huge following because this film and its homages has been found on later films. I have found this film to be quite similar to Due Date, starring Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis, and this sort of comedy grouping of two comedians or actors who are like nothing at all, and they're very different, but they get into a long road trip, and this unintentional journey or unintentional pairing is what makes this film actually work. And this concept is, I think, actually popularized or even could be pioneered in this film. Now, this film is written, directed, and produced by John Hughes, and I'm a huge John Hughes fan. Though I think by far of all the John Hughes film is actually quite different, because usually John Hughes is known for his teen comedy, drama, and coming of age films. This is none of it, because both of these actors like are well over 40 years old. So this is actually a buddy comedy film, you can say that, because this film, as I said, is set before Thanksgiving, where Steve Martin has to go to his family, and then there's a lot of problems. And as you can tell from the title, they take planes, trains, and automobiles. And there's also John Candy, where the reluctant goofball that Steve Martin don't want to be, and there's just a lot of hijinks. Now, I like Due Date very much, and it feels like Due Date is a much more updated, modern, and sort of vulgar version of it. Now there's cursing and all kind of things that I didn't expect from a John Hughes film. So this is also a very adult film. It's not actually catered towards any kind of younger audience. So there's a scene like where where Steve Martin at least says 10 fucks just like in a sentence. So that's actually like this kind of things is not expected for John Hughes film. That's why I wanted to actually tell you. Now, this film, as I've said, I would say that it's considered actually a classic. This film is quite funny. This film is actually quite funny, and but I think the thing that binds this together more than comedy is actually heart. This film is actually very heartwarming, and the characters are fun, even though when sometimes Steve Martin acts up like a jerk or just don't wanna just cooperate or does not come off as a very standoffish guy. Then there's John Candy's guy, who's his character, who is very bubbly and hopeful and optimistic. So that's a good thing. That's what I think actually quite melded together, because even though I'm neither a huge Steve Martin or John Candy fan, but I think after seeing this film, I would actually actively look forward to other of their films, because I think they are actually very good comedians with excellent, impeccable comedic timing. Actually, they are considered comedy legends. So I think if you are up for a comedy film with a holiday-centered theme, and if it's a road movie that you like, I think this is the perfect film for you. So that's why I give this film 4 out of 5, and I think it's a strong recommendation on all fronts.